Well, it is Wednesday and I am back in the office. I was in Philadelphia this morning representing a client at a sentencing and as well as another client at a preliminary hearing. Came back to the office in Morristown, New Jersey, and I found out that a client had moved on from our law firm, and that happens sometimes. And I wanted to discuss it a little bit because I think that the client really didn't give us an opportunity to provide the best possible service that we could. And the client apparently has taken to social media and begun attacking our law firm. And it's important to understand that when you're facing a serious criminal charge and your loved one is in jail awaiting trial, and when I mean a serious criminal charge, I mean something like attempted murder, like in this case, where the person is not going to be released on bail in New Jersey with a charge like that. And that's the situation that we found ourselves in this particular case. The client had retained us after their loved one was already incarcerated, and we made it very clear to them that we were being retained for trial. And the client decided to move on from us even before the case had scheduled for a pretrial conference. So we hadn't even reached the trial phase. This wasn't a situation where the client was dissatisfied with our preparation for trial. We had begun reviewing the discovery, begun coming up with strategies, and even discussed the case, non-trial dispositions with the assigned prosecutor in the case. All things that are part of our retainer with the client. And quite frankly, the client didn't give us an opportunity to provide all of our services. And I can understand how they're not satisfied at this point, because really the case is really at its really initial stages. And it's important to understand that you hire an attorney for that advice and counsel. You don't simply hire an attorney to get me out of jail as fast as possible, because in some cases, that's simply not going to happen. When you're facing a serious charge like an attempted murder or a homicide or a serious drug, where if you're convicted, you're facing a substantial amount of time in jail, to tell the attorney that we're moving on simply because you're not getting our loved one out of jail fast enough, or you're not communicating enough with us, when all of our communication in the past has simply told the individual that, look, we are preparing for trial, we don't have a trial date, and that's where your case is right now. And for a client to move on, simply you're not giving your attorney enough time with the case. And the fact that you're hiring a new lawyer and thinking that things are suddenly going to change, that's simply not the case, especially when you're dealing with a charge like attempted murder. So remember, you hire a lawyer for knowledge and also for representation throughout the entire process. That includes communicating with prosecutors and the court. If you don't have a lawyer and you're simply going in there by yourself, or you're having your family do it, well, I encourage you to try it. Go to a pretrial conference, don't have representation, and see what happens. See if you're comfortable doing it. See if you know when to talk, when not to talk, what to say, and what not to say. And that has value. That is why you hire a lawyer. And people oftentimes berate lawyers and say, lawyer didn't do anything for you. Yes, he did. He was in court for you, and he knew when to say it, how to say it, and when not to say it. And that's why you hire an attorney. Just like when you speak to a doctor and the doctor tells you to take 2 Advil and get some rest. That's medical knowledge that you didn't otherwise know. And now you could have gone to CVS and maybe picked it off the aisle, and maybe that would have made things better, or it could have made things worse. But you're paying the doctor for that knowledge. And people just gloss over that because they try to equate professional services with something constructive like a painting or building a house or fixing your car. You can feel it, you can touch it, you can move it. And professional services simply don't work for that. You're paying for knowledge. You're paying for knowledge that you didn't otherwise have. Now, can you gain it? Well, I'm sure you can, but if you went through procedural handbooks and statutes, you probably wouldn't know how to apply it in court. And the practical application is a lot different than what you read in a statute book or in the code book or whatever you're doing with. So once again, you pay an attorney for representation throughout the entire process. You don't simply pay the lawyer for what happens in court that day, or that phone call, or what happens at the jail. The representation continues throughout the entire process. And you have to understand that an attorney unlike most professions, including medicine, once the lawyer enters his or her appearance, they're committed to that case. And I can't tell you, that's probably the only profession like that. A physician who says that's my patient decides to walk away tomorrow, well, they may be sued for malpractice, but they're not going to get a call from another hospital saying, hey, doctor, you represent this person, you need to be here. That's never going to happen. Law is different. If our law firm's name is on a case, we are committed to that case and we can't walk away, even if we're not paid. So that's important to understand that. Again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I could not disagree more with that client's assessment, our law firm. I am very proud of the work that we do and the counsel and the strategy that we come up with cases. We have a great track record here at our law firm. I'm not going to dodge it. Do we win all of our cases? No, absolutely not. But we've achieved some great results at our law firm. I am very proud of them. And I will not tolerate a client simply attacking us because they feel as though the proper service wasn't provided without the case actually coming to complete conclusion. You're judging us based on just things that are out of our control. It's like it is like judging an NFL coach with only halfway through the game, and the game isn't over. And to do that is simply not fair. So once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all very soon.